Finally, it's the best and coziest time of the year. Sweater weather. And the best kind of sweater? Why would you do that? One that you've personally made in your favorite colors. In the coziest and slouchiest fit made just the way you like it. Sleeves as long as your heart's desires. And stitching so beautiful. Patterning so mesmerizing. You just want to live in it for a month straight. And also make 1,000 more. But knitting takes so much time just to pump out one thing. I don't have that much time. We aren't here forever, you know? Anyways, crocheting is a bit quicker and only involves a single hook. And I don't always have the finger dexterity or the focus that it takes to be able to complete some of these really beautifully complicated patterns. So if it's possible to crochet some of the same cable patterns that one can knit, then that might help my absolutely, totally serious conundrum that I am currently having. Today we're going to see, is it worth it to take the time and finger tangling to knit some of these complicated patterns? Or could we maybe expedite the process a bit and match the pattern close enough with the trust of a handy dandy hook? I've got 3 sets of patterns that appear to be basically the same cable pattern. I tried to find patterns of different complexities, but I will admit I was kind of surprised that there actually weren't that many dupe crochet patterns to choose from, at least for cable braids. So could that perhaps be the first advantage point that gets awarded to a certain side? Maybe. 5 of the patterns are ones that I found for free online, so I'll go ahead and link those below. And the 6th pattern I pulled from a book that I have. So I think first off, we'll go ahead and start with the easiest. We'll do knitting first. So how I figured we can maybe compare and contrast which is better, which is quicker for the categories in order to compare these. We'll start off by how much time does it take to complete each swatch, how flexible / durable it is, how we like the finish of it, and how much finger fumbling happened throughout the pattern, because that is something that's very important to me. I think with all that stated, the first cable braid that we will be starting off with is called the 7 Sisters cable braid. First off, we'll do knitting and then see if crocheting is actually quicker or not. I've got the knitting diagram and a stopwatch pulled up right here. I'm still kind of a beginner knitter, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that yet. I'm mostly a crocheter. I've been doing it for 6 years. Just recently started, dipping my toes a little bit into knitting, and it's been fun. I mean, hard. It's a hard hobby to learn. Especially going from 1 hook to 2 needles, right? And keeping track is, for me, takes a little bit more focus, I've found. Since the crochet version of this braid includes those 2 extra borders on the sides, I'm going to go ahead and throw that into the knitting pattern so that way it can match 1 for 1, and have an accurate swatch comparison. We'll tack on 8 extra stitches on each side of the braid, and then, yeah. All right, cast it on. We're going to do 3 purl stitches, knit, purl, knit, 2 more purl stitches, and then start the braid, and then mirror on the other side of the braid. Starting the timer now. Also, yeah, just so keep in mind, I'm a beginner knitter, right? So I may be a little slow, okay? Just don't make fun of me, okay? Alright, so first off, knitting through the back loop. Alright, so that just is like back here, yeah? And then purling. Alright, and then we'll just do that back and forth for the next 11 stitches. I'm already getting tangled. That was my fault. This is my fault, though, from how I have everything. Oh no. What did I do? Alright, how many? Oh gosh, 1, 2, 3, 5 minus 13 is 8. So I should be knitting through the back loop, right? I don't remember what I just did. Okay, foundation row done. Always my least favorite row. On to the next row. It took me 9 minutes just to do that? Are you kidding me? Okay, well, geez. And we need to purl through the back loop and then knit and just alternate between that for a few stitches. Purl through the back loop. Okay, what else? Like this, right? I have to go like behind and then, yeah, up, right? I think so. Alright, second row done. And I fear I've already messed up and lost track of what I've been doing. Alright, so I think we get the gist of these first few rows before we actually get to some cable twisting. So I will go ahead and finish up these next few rows up to row 8, and then when we get to row 9, I'll meet you back there. Excuse you? Excuse you, sir. What are you doing, man? Oh my goodness. Okay, we are currently 43 minutes and 38 seconds in, and it's time for introducing a cable needle. Let's see if I can understand what this means. Okay, we're slipping 6 stitches to a cable needle and then holding to the back. Okay, I can do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Knitting through the back loop and purling 1 3 times. So knitting 1 through the back loop. Yep, we're through the back loop. And then purl. Here's our second knit and our second purl. And then last set. And then the odd number. Last one. Okay, and now we're going over to this one. Oh heck, okay. Last purl. Oh my heck. Okay, this is so tight. And last knit through the back loop for the 13th stitch. And now that should be the braid pattern, and now the rest of these should just be the border on the side. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That was manageable. I have experienced worse. So since we just did that, it's a little bit hard to see how it looks fully, you know. However, I think we're on the right track. It's looking like a braid, right? I think that looks right. Yeah. Wait, here, let me spread it out more. Maybe you can see it a little bit better if I spread it out more. I don't know. I mean, so far that looks like a twist. That looks like a braid. It's very compact right now. I will go ahead and zoom through these next few rows. Maybe I'll like complete the same amount of rows because it kind of just stops after 3 more rows, but I want to do 8 more, I think. Just so that way we have a full, like an equal mirrored swatch. Yeah, I'll meet you back when it's done. I messed up a little bit, I think, in some spots. But what do we think? So knitting that went pretty easy, I would say. I did have a hard time just keeping track still, just because that's apparently just how I am. So there were a couple spots where I kind of lost track what I was doing, and then just had to pretend like nothing happened on the next row. But overall, I think that was pretty not so bad, not super complicated. Finger fumbling was at quite the minimum. The time that we've got is 1 hour and 16 minutes and 19 seconds to pump out this swatch. I think I would be happy to wear this probably. So I'm going to take a little break, give my fingers some time to decompress a little bit, and I will see you back here when it's time to crochet the counterpart to this swatch. Okay, I'm back with a little snacky too. So ideally, I would like to use the same size hook as knitting needles to get the most accurate swatch comparison. However, the closest size I have to a 9mm in a crochet hook is 10. So for all intents and purposes, for this case, these are the same size, okay? I have the crochet pattern pulled up here. I did have to look up what a what the heck is it called? A raised treble front. I had to look up what that means since it's a UK crochet term. And basically it looks like it just means a front post double crochet in US terms. It's easy enough. So right now we'll go ahead and chain 17 and then we'll start the timer and see how this ends up turning out. Cast your votes now if you think this swatch will go quicker. And then 2 raised treble front.
1, 2.
And then 6 front post double crochets. And then a single double crochet. I'm guessing into this last stitch that I can barely see. Hello? No, it's right here. This one, right? I don't know. Well, whoops. Excuse me. Right here. Sure, we'll do that. No, it needs to be on the one over. Okay, row 3 done. Cool. All right, we're gonna skip 3. Oh my gosh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then go into these and do those doubles. And now we're gonna go back to the miss 3 and do those. Okay, I think those are the right ones. It's a little hard to tell. 2 double crochets over here. I think this one? I don't know. Doesn't freaking matter. I mean, I guess that's the pattern, yeah. That seems that we're 13 minutes in, and like we already did the crisscross. This is going way faster than I thought it would, but I don't think I like how it looks. Okay, well, here we go. This looks awful to try to go back and crochet over. I don't think this looks very good already. Like, unless I just royally messed it up, I'm not understanding what happened. Yeah? Oh no. This looks bad. This looks so bad. I don't, no. I messed that up. No way. Okay, so we want to keep going across these ones. I think I jumped down to the row below when... Gosh, the back of this looks so much worse. Why is there such a big hole? I don't like it. It doesn't look good. I think I messed it up. Already, like, I'm about to just award the point to knitting for this one because this looks like doo-doo. This just doesn't look like anything to me. I don't know. I think this is about the same size. I'm gonna call the swatch here. That was 22 minutes, a little over. So incredibly quicker. However, they don't. Is it just me? Because these don't look anything alike. Perhaps maybe if I used a smaller crochet hook, maybe that wouldn't have been such a bad idea after all. But as far as how these look together, side by side, I mean, yeah, the crochet side was a lot faster. But look at that! No, what is this? It looks like nothing. It just... This one looks so much better. There was a teeny amount of finger fumbling with the crochet pattern, I won't lie, just because once you start doing like the parts where you skip stitches to stitch further down the row and then go back and then stitch the ones that were skipped over, yeah, then it got a little bit confusing for me because I couldn't tell where I needed to double crochet in the next row. Hi, hello, how are you? This was worth a little bit of extra time. It did take about 3 times as long to do this one.
However,
I would still much rather spend my time doing this. Anyways, I think for the first pair, there's a pretty clear winner. So I guess the knitting category gets its first point, or second, depending on when you started keeping track. This is, I guess, moving on to the next swatch. Okay, so off camera really quick, I decided to try another version of the crocheted braid that we just did in a tighter, with a smaller hook, right? Just to see if maybe having it be a little tighter and a little more compact would help the pattern pop or something. I still don't see a freaking difference. It still looks really bad. I don't like this compared to this. Just no. I still can't see the pattern in this. I really can't. Moving on for real now. Okay, next up, the pattern for this braid is just like an overall pattern for a blanket. So I'm going to shrink it down because it does say how large the actual repeating pattern is. So I'm hoping I can just do a chain of 14 plus 3. Perhaps get a good little swatch going. So this is the crochet version of this braid, right? And I found a close duplicate in this little knitting book that I've got, right? I thought maybe we could try doing this one, yeah. Pattern number 78. It does have a little extra, fanciness to it. I was thinking maybe we could just omit that and then just try to focus on the triangular braiding. So I figure we can just knit the part of the pattern that would be the ribbed lines of this and hopefully it'll be a close enough dupe that it'll be an accurate comparison to put to the test. I don't know. So how about for this one, we will start with the crochet version. Okay, so where does the pattern actually start? Hello? I think I'll just stick with the smaller hook size going forward, just because I guess a hook sizing and needle sizing doesn't translate quite the same. Chain, we'll do 14 plus 3, because it looks like it's a pattern of 7, multiple of 7 plus 3. I think that's how that works, right? I've been crocheting for 6 years. I should know how this works. Where's my stopwatch? Hello? In the third loop of the first stitch. So that's this one, right? I think I get this. I think I understand how this is working. Okay, and then it wants me to half double crochet this together, I think. I don't know. I don't really get it. All right, I'm looking good so far. This is gonna be a really tiny swatch. I'm realizing now how absolutely narrow this pattern is, and that it really benefits to use chunky yarn probably for this. Maybe we'll do like 2 repeats of what we just did, and then we can have 2 rows to do the diamond braiding on, and then that will be our swatch. I lost track, but it doesn't matter anymore because I feel like that is good enough of a swatch, I guess. Wow, this is going to be really tiny. Make sure you start working your cables near the last row of your blanket. If you start from the foundation chain side, the first stitch will be hardly visible. Okay, that's okay, sure. What? So chain 3 and slip stitch in the 4th. So we're just zigzagging up and down in between the ribbing that we created by crocheting into the 3rd loop with our half double crochets. So I guess this part of it is done. And now we're on to part 2. I don't think I've ever done a pattern in 2 separate parts like this before, so this is a little interesting to me. So they say you want to start with the last cable, which makes sense. I'm just gonna go right into this one, I guess. I don't know. I still have the timer going. It's only been 13 minutes, by the way. This feels a little comical, how quick this went. Okay, so where's my end? There it is. Okay, cool. Let's secure this really quick. And then, I don't know. Hello? Okay, let me try better. Okay, here goes nothing. 1, 2, and 3. And then slip stitching this to the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
1, 2, and 3.
7 away now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slip stitching.
Okay, that's pretty easy. Hey, not bad. I quite like it. Okay, now to do the other side. Right? Did I do that right? Yeah, that's right, yeah. I don't know. 2, 3, we'll just go back up. Because I assume you go back over the same stitches, right? I don't see how you wouldn't. Okay, let me finish this off before I start giggling to myself. We'll call it time. Okay, 18 minutes and 5 seconds, we'll say, because it took me 2 seconds to turn this off. I like it. It looks good, right? I'm just laughing about how tiny it looks. But I feel like that worked out pretty well. It was a pretty fun pattern to do, too, because like starting with making your foundation first and then going back to do your braid on top with chains, that was pretty fun. That was a pretty fun pattern, I would say. I like this pattern a lot, and I think the cable looks really good. It was really simple. It took me no amount of time to pump it out. So like if I were using like a chunkier yarn and a thicker hook, I feel like you could pump out a blanket in no time. And that's pretty exciting because this is a beautiful pattern. I really, really do like it. Okay, let's try the knit version. First off, I need to prepare myself with many sticky notes in order to be able to keep track line by line, because that is something that has proven very challenging for me every time I've tried to go through one of these charts. Where are my sticky notes? Okay, purl on the right side, knit on the wrong side. Fine, okay. A 3 wrap knot. We'll figure that out when we get there. Left twisted knitting through the back loop. So does that mean like instead of just right twisted knit back loop? I think I should see page 7 really quick. So you insert the right needle into the stitch from behind as if to purl. Okay, that's kind of what I was envisioning, but like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a knitter. And slip it. Wait, huh? Oh, okay. So we're just twisting it. Okay. And then knitting normally. Knitting is just so complicated. Okay, I think I understand what I need to do. So what do you say let's do it? Okay, I might need 2 sticky notes just to make sure. Oh, man. How many do I need to cast on? How about, should I do this full diagram or should I like cut it? at 16. I kind of want to cut it at 16. Yeah, I kind of want to keep it a small swatch. So we're just kind of like doing one full diamond then, just like we just did. And then we'll kind of just ignore the wrapping on the edges here. Let's just go. Let's go. Let's cast on 16 stitches. Okay, got all my stickies now. Are those straight lines pearls? They're knit, whatever. Okay, 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, we've got our diagram all marked up, I guess. Cast your votes now if you think it'll take 3 times as long to knit like the last one did, or if it'll take longer. All right, first off, we're casting on 16 stitches. And now this first row is just all knit. So we'll go ahead and knock that out really quick. Do I need a purl now? I think so. So we're just going to treat on the sides all going up as knit and pearls. And then, yeah, okay, that should be really the only adjustment that gets made. I don't know. Apart from, removing the middle extra fanciness, right? And now we're wrapping already. Okay, I need to go to the help page for this. See page, was it 15? Don't mind if I do. Oh, how? Oh, look at that. Okay. Knit 5, transfer the 5 stitches to a center needle and wrap the working yarn around them 3 times, counterclockwise, then transfer back 5 wrap stitches to the right needle. I think that'll be fine. That doesn't sound too difficult.
2, 3, 4, and 5.
And now I need to slip them onto a center needle, so we'll just take this chunky monkey. Oh, okay. Well, what's the best way to do this here? So what? Hello? Oh my gosh, this is cumbersome. Okay, wait a minute. Don't drop it. No. And now wrapping counterclockwise. So
1, 2, and 3.
And then now go back over. I hope that gets easier. Oh my gosh. Did I just make that as difficult as possible for myself, or what happened? So far it's going okay, I guess. We're 10 minutes in, yeah. Okay, next row. I need to write an arrow, otherwise I will forget the direction I need to go in. Okay, the tail. What do those mean? Okay, those little kickstand things. When it goes to the right, we're knitting 2 together. When it goes to the left, we're slip, knit. We're gonna, I'm gonna refresh my memory on SKP and SSK stitches really quick. I do enjoy the slip knit pass decrease, so I will be doing that. That seems easy enough. Knitting 2 together and then slip knit pass. I can do that. This feels really loose. I might have used too big of knitting needles for this pattern. The little fancy loop-de-doops are here. What the heck does that mean again? That's this one. Right twisted, knitting through the back loop. So if I remember correctly, we're doing it like that to twist it, right? And then twisting it back over, or putting it back over, and then knitting as normal, right? Oh, was I too ahead of myself? I might have been. I was too ahead of myself. Let's do that again. Okay, I need to purl 2 more. Or knit 2 more. No, purl. Yeah, purl. Whoops. Left twisted, knitting through the back loop. So just a normal knitting through the back loop. Like this. Hello? Wait, like this? Like this? Like this? Right, no, my yarn's in the front. Needs to be in the back. Okay, like this. Okay, like this. I'm having a hard time already. All right. So far, doing so good. We're about 20 minutes in. Can't complain. I feel like I see the pattern. The pattern is patterning. So it looks like we've covered about all of the symbols that we'll need to learn for this pattern. So I'll just go ahead and zip through the rest of this diagram and meet you back when the swatch is done. Okay, I think I've reached a point in this swatch where it's good enough, big enough, right? So I'll go ahead and just cast this off now. Swoop. Okay, let's move some of this crap out of the way. Okay, so right off the bat, these swatches don't really compare, right? You see, I tried my best to find like crochet and knit braiding patterns that look as close to each other as possible. So this is one of those times where it's not an exact one-for-one, right? This is definitely a scenario where it is not a one-for-one transfer. I think maybe I should stop trying to do the chunky knitting needles because this is very, very large and very sloppy. I also did a very sloppy job. Not intentionally. I'm still a beginner knitter, right? I'm still learning. So as far as who won in this set, I feel like, you know, it's pretty obvious for me at least. Had I done a less sloppy job on this one, you know, it's not that it looks bad, right? It just, I would just rather do this, right? This took me no time to zip out. Oh yeah, right. It's an hour and 15 minutes. So I think if I were to do this braid, I would just do the crocheted variant of it and call it a day. Not that this isn't pretty, right? Like it each has its advantage. This took me a whole hour longer. Just it. Granted, it is larger, right? Like this is, the shapes are a lot. It's just. We'll give the point to Crochet for this one because I said so, and it's my video. So even though that this wasn't a very fair matchup, right? We're still gonna give the point to Crochet. All right, I'm gonna take a little break and then move on to swatch 3. I'm really excited for the next set of braids. There are these really pretty and sweet looking heart cable patterns. Really, this set of braids is kind of the whole reason why I wanted to make this video, because I want to put this cable pattern on absolutely everything, because it is just, because it is, like I already said, the cutest and most adorable thing that I have ever seen. Since it's hearts, I have this really pretty pink sparkly yarn. And I would like to use it for this. It's going to look magnificent. I just know it. Okay. So I think starting off, since I'm most excited about the knit variant of this pattern, let's start again with seeing how quickly we can finish the crochet pattern and then see how many times longer it takes to get through the knitting variant of it. What the hell does that mean? Okay, wow. Front post triple treble and front post double treble together. Excuse me? Okay, yarn over 4 times. Sure. Insert hook under stitch as indicated from front to back to front. Yarn over, pull up loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops 4 times. 2 loops remaining on hook. I'm trying to verbally explain how to do these stitches. That is just a talent within itself, I feel. You know, we'll come back to this when we get there. Yeah? What do we say? Yeah? Without having all the stitches right in front of me, I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, I'm a little nervous about this one. Okay, we've got our first 3 rows. Now what's next? Front post double treble around the 6th stitch from the beginning of the row. What? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this stitch is the one in question. Okay. Now what the frick is a double treble? So like, do I just wrap it around twice as many times? Okay, 1, 2 for a treble, and then 2 more for a double treble. Is that how that works? And then it needs to go here, and then swoop. That's what that was asking for, right? I'm guessing I skipped this stitch, right? And now a front post double treble around the 7th stitch from the beginning of the row. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in mya. Cool. Okay, that wasn't so bad to understand. I feel like I can do this. Okay. Front post double treble around the next front post double treble. Okay. Front post double treble in the 7th stitch from the beginning of the row, 2 rows below. 1, 2. That's this stitch, I believe. I don't know. Sure. Oh, I'm so curious how this is going to work. Now, working in front of that front post double crochet, front post double treble I just made, work around the 6th stitch from the beginning of the row, 2 down. Oh, it really is that easy, huh? And just half double crocheting across again. Okay. All right. Well, this isn't going so bad, and it looks quite like it. Yeah. Let me just untangle this really quick. I'm sorry. I made a mess. Oh heck. Okay. Well. All right. Anyways, as I was doing. Haha. Nice. Okay. This is going swimmingly. And then, in working in front of this one, front post double around the first one. And now it should be all spirally. And that was like shockingly easy to do. Does it look spirally? It sure does. Wow. Huh, neat. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Anyways, I already chained one, right? Okay, turn, half double crochet, let's go. We're 15 minutes in, almost 16. Wow, one of the longest ones yet. Mostly because I was just trying to figure crap out, I guess, probably, more so than actual time it takes to make this. Now it's time for the really complicated sounding stitch. Front post, triple treble. Front post, double treble, 2 together. I think I understand. What the heck? Excuse me? No. No. Get this out of here. You're not heckin' welcome. Phew. Anyways, I was supposed to do that around a different place, wasn't I? Was I supposed to do it around here and here? Why did I instinctively go to the middle? Whoops. Okay, yeah, I did that wrong. Whoopsie dipsy. Okay, back up. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen, okay? We're just gonna 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, and fall, and then 1, 2, 3. That looks much more appropriate. Okay, I don't know what the heck I was trying to do before. Anyways, it didn't happen, so I don't know what I'm referencing, right? Because that never happened, right? Right? Whatever. 1,
2, 3.
Oh my gosh. Huh. No way. Huh. It looks so cute. I think I messed it up a little bit, but like, I don't care. It's still really cute. I did triple trebles where I was supposed to do double trebles, and it's all just really confusing. Okay, let's just do row 11 and finish this swatch off, okay? I'm talking too much. We're at 24 minutes and 30 seconds, just about. One of the longest crocheted swatches yet. I was also doing a lot of yapping though. We good? Okay, I think so. Cool. Okay. Just I don't know. I think I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. The shape just seems a little bit too pointy for some reason. Okay. Oh gosh. What the heck is happening? We're gonna do a little bit more just to get like the repeating going. Yeah? I think that's fair. Okay, so it took just shy of 40 minutes to basically complete a double swatch, but I think it looks heckin' adorable. I'm so excited for the knitting version of this. It's gonna be so cute. Ooh, like this is already so heckin' adorable. Okay, moving on to the knit counterpart. I really hope that this doesn't also take 3 times as long to do as all the other counterparts have been trending. Okay, so we're gonna start off casting on 24 stitches, and then it looks like for their example, they added 4 rows of knit stitches. So I'll just go ahead and do that really quick and establish a base before we get going. And then I think it would be fair to start the timer. Also, I switched from the chunkier set of knitting needles over to a 6.5 millimeter size because this is the pattern I've been looking forward to all video. I don't want to mess this up. I want it to look as best as I can possibly make it. Okay, foundation rows set, and we will begin the pattern, I guess now. All right, setup rows. Knitting 2 to our... It needs to go to the back. So slip 2 to the back, and then knit 2, and then knit 2 from the cable needle. That should be easy. We're slipping 2, holding to the back, then knitting 2,
1, 2,
and then knitting these 2 over here.
1 and 2.
Now I think with the L, it's to the front, right? Slipping two to the front. Yes, okay. Oh gosh, okay, this is a little cumbersome. Just a little. So far, it doesn't feel like I've messed up, and that's a pretty great feeling. I don't want to jinx myself. This isn't even real wood. Oh my gosh, do I even have real wood near me? I don't know. Freaking heck. Crap, I screwed myself. This seems to be cruising along quite nicely. A lot nicer than I was originally anticipating. I have a lot of hope for this.
A few moments later.
Purling these two and then knitting the one on the needle. Right? Yes. No. Huh? It goes two onto the cable needle. What the heck? Why does it change? Okay, wait a minute. And we're only 20 minutes in, just about. So I think that about covers it in terms of new stitches for this chart. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and zip. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep zipping through and finish out this swatch and meet you back at on the other side of it. Okay, pattern fully complete. I'll go ahead and still repeat it for a second time so that way it matches perfectly with the crochet swatch that we make. However, I think this is looking pretty good, and we're only 40 minutes in. So it seems to me like this might only take twice as long as the crocheted swatch, and totally worth the extra time, if I do say so myself. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, spoiler. I'm really excited at how this is turning out. It's looking so heckin' adorable. Are you kidding me? All right, let's go ahead and get that second heart on here. It's so stinking cute. Are you kidding me? That is exactly everything that I was hoping for. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so in love. So as far as comparisons, one is quite a bit larger of a pattern. However, I don't know, I think both compared pretty equally. This ended up only taking an hour and 5 minutes. So yes, still longer, but not by much. Perhaps now that, you know, I feel like a lot of the time spent on this pattern was me just trying to figure out what the heck it was saying in the first place. So now that I know what all of those stitches mean, perhaps it wouldn't take quite as long to do this a second time around. However, I think I still wouldn't mind spending the extra time just doing this one, you know? Both pretty fun to make. Finger tangling. It got a little cumbersome at times with this one. It did. What was my last category? I don't even remember. I think for this one, a tie, maybe? For me personally, I like this one better. Purely based on scoring, I think. Pretty equal. They tie. I think they're a pretty even match. However, I do prefer the look of this one. So this is absolutely what I would be doing. This is cute too, but like, I don't know. I like this better. It just doesn't look quite so blocky and angular, I guess. Both very fun. I was very pleased with this cable pattern. Probably one of the best braids so far. And with that being said, I am gonna go and put this on everything. And then all my clothes are gonna be so heckin' cute, and I'm gonna wear them all the time, and it's just gonna be so adorable, and I'm gonna practically live in it, right? Like I'll even shower in it, so that way I don't have to wash it, you know? Because it's just gonna be really, really nice and comfy and so pretty, and I'm gonna be the prettiest girl in the house all the time.